Hello. I don't know how to start this video. I am the X-Lorian builder, as you most of y'all probably know because since you clicked on this video. I am the creator of the X-Lorian production channel. Now, I wanted to talk about fundamental paper education, which I'm creating the animation fundamental paper Danger Reality U, or the series in fact. It's been hard, it's been easy, it's had those challenges, but I've been able to go through those. The only thing is that it's always just like, I'm like, how is it gonna work? How's that? But also, it's because I'm literally the only one that's creating it. I'm literally just the creator of the entire animation itself. So we all know that the creator of Fundamental Paper Education is Katie, or at A3D Ghost. She's the one who created, for example, like Miss Grace, Mr. Demi, Miss Sasha, Miss Circle, Miss Davil, Miss Bloomy, and like the rest of the entire cast. Well, for Dangered Reality AU, I basically just continued along the story, basically 3 years into the future. Kind of like, for example, Danger AU by Zenko, where he took 3 years into the future where they were arrested and all that jazz. Kind of the same story how I did it. For example, they were, Miss Circle, Miss Davil, and Miss Bloomy were arrested. They were sent to a prison I call Darkwood Holders Penitentiary. It's basically a prison where you would not want to be. It's basically just this. It's more of a maximum security prison, even worse than a maximum security prison, just saying. Now, ever since I was a lot younger, I've always wanted to create an animation, but I didn't know how to begin with, like, animating, so I started beginning recently with, one-frame animation, kind of how, like, I did, for example, which I'm working on with Danger Reality U. For example, the, like, Audrey, Heather, Natasha, Abigail, all those ones that I'm right now working on. I mean, I've drawn the characters, just the thing that I'm doing frame for frame animations, which it's like it's repetitive to me, but it's like, all right, it can be done. Just gonna be a lot of the same thing. Not exactly, but Do you want to hear something that's much more painful than doing the one per one frame animation? It is redrawing my character Audrey Angles for like 1 million times. It's like me being surgeon for that character, and I'm organizing the entire like face, organizing the hair, everything. It's complicated to make that one character, since it took me like more than 80 tries to recreate her and fix her like to the one that she is now, her finalized copy. The amount of times that she's been ruined, the amount of times that she's been like wet with water, like all those things. It has screwed me up so much times, but now the one that I've recently created, which is the final drawing, is in good condition and it's not ruined for once. The future of fundamental paper education remains unknown because of the now known thing that Katie has sadly left entirely from fundamental paper education and everything that she has created. She has deleted her YouTube account, deleted her Twitter account, and now she's known as Lost Media. The remains of fundamental paper education is now just the AUs that are recently created, or they still stand to this day. For example, the Infection AU by StickTheMan, or the Past AU by Star. Their links are in the description below. Or the links to their accounts are in the description below. But what basically remains are those, but the other thing is that other AUs have also just become Lost Media. For example, the the Advanced Classes AU created by Enigmaverse, stuff like that. They left entirely, basically, from that side of things. They're still here to this day, just they're now running their own things, which I respect that, honestly. I honestly respect their decision in when Katie left and everything. We're just trying to now run this thing as good as possible, even though it's like the troubles between fundamental paper education, like it's Lost Media and everything. I'm now just trying to run the show for Dangered Reality U, and I do not know the future of it yet. But honestly, I hope that this video, honestly, like the series entirely, what I mean, I hope that the series will actually get like a good like reputation, because that's what I've always wanted. I've always wanted an animation that actually gets good reputation. That was created by me. Now that is all of my ranting for today. I just wanted to talk about all of the FPE like AUs that still remain to this day, where Katie possibly could be now. Well, Katie's no longer like around on YouTube or Twitter, but she is just now living her own life. I respect that decision that she's made, but to this day, now there's AUs that exist. I honestly wanted to give you a video talking about, like, covering over the AUs that have been created over the past year between 2024 of March to September of 2025. But in the end, just things just come out and then they'll eventually just leave. That's the thing that always happens around. But in general, I just wanted to make a video covering over this topic. And honestly, I just hope that you honestly live happy and stay lucky. Because it's the Axelorian Builder signing out. Goodbye.